This week's book is mainly going to be me listing different cakes that were popular in the late 20s and early 1930s, because I'm reading Running a Tea Room and Catering for Profit by Helen Jerome. It came out and it was 3 shillings and 6pence. And we will start with, for those who are thinking of running a tea room, running a private business, launching the business. The expression homemade may suggest two things. It may imply that the said article is very plain and not so good as that made professionally and sold at a shop. As far as cooking is concerned, the second meaning usually obtains, and homemade suggests delicious flavour and the knowledge that all the materials used in making will be of good quality and not faked in any way. You've been warned, you tea room people. Hello, welcome back to Running a Tea Room and Catering for Profit by Helen Jerome. We move on to now details of various types of business, and today we'll be detailing the cake business. Daily routine. 1. Begin any yeast mixture at 7 a.m. and leave them to rise during breakfast. 2. Make batches of pastry, puff, flaky, rich short crust before the kitchen becomes hot. Wrap them in greaseproof paper and set aside in a cool place. 3. Make up dough. Put to prove and bake. Follow with any baking powder, scones and tea cakes required. 4. Prepare small fancy cakes and biscuits and sponge foundations for gâteau, etc. for next day. 5. Ice fancy cakes. 6. Batches of fruit cakes can be made last and allowed to bake while you are clearing up and preparing for the next day. A good preparation overnight ensures a quick start next morning. Monday is the slackest day of the week. Welcome back to Running a Tea Room and Catering for Profit by Helen Jerome. Yesterday we took you into the kitchen and gave you the order of events from the yeast mixture at 7 a.m. Today I'm going to list the cakes, starting with the cheapest cakes, the penny cakes. So you should be making queen cakes, fairy cakes, Bunbury cakes, jumbles, jam shortbreads, small shortbreads, coconut pyramids, jam or lemon curd tarts, sponge cakes and Australian shortbreads. Now we got to the tuppenny cakes, so we're doubling our profit here. This is iced Genoese slices, almond macaroons, small ice cakes, truffle cakes, small mocha cakes, small iced chocolate cakes, continental cakes, pastries, petit choux, iced chocolate or coffee eclairs. Then we move into the large iced cakes, which are chocolate, mocha, walnut, orange, pineapple, ginger pound and chocolate cream roll. And finally we have here various cakes. Various cakes include Swiss rolls, Victoria, cheesecakes and petit four glacé. These are the cakes for your catering for profit, your new tea room. Welcome back to Running a Tea Room and Catering for Profit by Helen Jerome. Today I'm merely going to list the box of chocolates you'll be making should you decide to become a confectioner. So this is, I think, 1934 as far as I remember. This would be the most popular box of chocolates you could make. 2 almond and raisin, 2 peppermint creams, 2 coffee creams, 2 raspberry creams, 2 banana creams, 2 ginger croquettes, 2 coconut fondant caramels, also 2 cherries, 2 gingers, 2 dates, 2 marzipan, 2 tinfoil cups, 2 peanut brittle, 2 hard nougat, 2 peppermint jellies and 2 orange jellies. Enjoy with your chocolate dipping. Welcome back to Running a Tea Room and Catering for Profit by Helen Jerome. I suppose the best place for us to end really is on utilising stale cakes. It may be possible to sell stale cakes at cost price at the end of the second day, or some may be used for staff meals before they become too dry. It is best not to overstock with perishable articles, but to have some suitable stock, things which will store well, such as fruit cakes, which can be cut into fingers, tartlet cases, which can be heated through to crisp them, and then filled with jam and so on. Cakes without fruit, sponge cakes and cuttings that result from trimming small cakes in fancy shapes may be used in fillings for fancy tartlets, Bakewell tartlets, etc. And remember, scrupulous cleanliness. Running a tea room and catering for profit, Helen Jerome. I'm just going to give you Wednesday's menu should you decide to run a small restaurant. So, Wednesday, minestrone, roast mutton, sea pie, curried pork, mashed turnips or haricot beans, baked or boiled potatoes, Welsh cheesecake, semolina pudding with jam sauce. And this, the reason I bring up this one is I would like to know how many of you, if indeed any of you, still eat hot semolina with a spoon of jam in it? Or is that merely part of my archaic childhood? Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Even if you haven't enjoyed it, I still think you should support us at patreon.com/Cosmic Shambles. So, and also, by the way, click and subscribe. That's what they say, don't they? I'm 55 and I'm having to say click and subscribe. I mean, just for the loss of dignity, you should click and subscribe.